Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. It is T-Mobile Tuesday. So I wanted to come on here. So let me just introduce myself. Hey everyone, hey squad. My name is Nikki and I want to be your life insurance bestie, but most importantly, I help secure life solutions. Okay. So I wanted to come live because, as you can see from my title, we're talking about can I make $100,000 a year being a 1099 contractor? Okay, so what is a 1099 contractor? Pretty much right now in the news, we hear the shakedown with the federal government, right? There are federal employees that's being laid off left, right. I actually personally, I know people that has been affected and is still currently employed with the government. So people that I know personally, like we're in a group chat and they're just keeping me up to date as far as what's going on with the government. So I am not part of the government. I don't work for the government, but I will say this. I will say this, you guys, do not take whatever offer that has been thrown out there. If you are in the government, if you work with the government, work with the agency, or you know somebody that work with the agency, let them know. Don't fall for the okie doke. Okay, just know that. And now, as far as okay, so what do I do for a living? I am in the financial services industry. You guys, guess what? I help secure. I help protect people's lives. How do I do that, Nick? How do you do that? How do you do that? I am a life insurance agent. So I've been in the financial service industries for 7 years, 7 long years, ups and downs, right? And so my backstory is I was working for a Fortune 500 company. And then in 2018, I decided to leave. Why did I decide to leave? It's because I didn't see the growth that I would like to see. And it was all about who you know. It's all about who you know at that point in time. And so what I saw, like it was, I literally was like, ooh, there is no way that anybody can grow within the company as fast as they would like to. So, to some people, you got to play the game, the politics, right? If you're in corporate America, or you can be like, you know what, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. You have to ask yourself, like, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And the answer is no. Now, I will say this for everyone that is employed right now, I will say have a plan. I didn't have a plan B. I was like, deuces, and I went on to my next journey in life. So I will say that make sure you have an exit plan. Now, I was able to move the way I was able to move is because, for one, I was not married, and two, I didn't have any kids. So it wasn't like I was obligated. I had real responsibilities. Like I didn't have anybody depending on me. I would say that. So no dependence at all. So I was able to move the way I want to move when I was in my 20s. I'm no longer in my 20s. But I was able to move how I wanted to move. So that is the backstory. But I will say that I have a BS in marketing. I graduated from an HBCU. I have a minor in business education. And what I was doing had nothing to do with my major. So that's that. Fast forward 2018, I was first of all, before I actually left my position, I was already interviewing with other companies, right? Because I did not know what I wanted to do. I just knew I didn't want to be there and there was no growth there with that company. Great company overall, like when it comes to 401k, and I was able to gain additional skills with that company because they have freebies, y'all. So I will say this: if you're working for a Fortune 500 company, and let's just say Toastmasters, if they have Toastmasters, for an example, and it's free, go ahead and do it. Please go ahead and do it. If there are different projects that they're asking people to volunteer to be a part of, please go ahead and be a part of it. I was actually part of a project when I was with my previous employer in the corporate world. I was actually selected to be a part of that. I was honored to be a part of that. So go ahead and just take on as many roles as you can. Join as many clubs as you can within your organization, especially if it's free. And last but not least, if you're working with a company and they have a match for a 401k, please match your 401k by all means. Like, let's just say with my company, the max was, if I'm not mistaken, was 7% match. If y'all not putting 7% in, they matched up, they matched up to 7%. If y'all are not investing in 401k and your company is saying, hey, we're going to match dollar for dollar, you're losing money. So go ahead and invest. So I will say that. All right. So moving fast forward, you guys. So let's talk about it. When I was going on interviews, I never expected to receive a call and be interviewed to be a part of an insurance company. So to everyone out there that is like, oh, do I want to be in the insurance industry? Nobody wakes up and say, hey, I just want to be a life insurance agent. It doesn't happen like that, you guys. It really doesn't. So I went on the interview. They gave me, first of all, I already knew what it was. In insurance business, it really depends. Now, if you're working for a company and you're getting paid hourly, I'm not talking to y'all. Granted, I'm not knocking you, but I'm not talking to you because, to be honest with you, there's no money in that. But if you want to become an insurance agent, an independent agent, then I'm talking to you. Okay. So I knew off the rip that, guess what? I am going to be 1099. I am going to be 100% commission. So I will say this: if you are a 1099 insurance agent, if you're in the financial service industry, you are strictly 100% commission. Don't run. Stay with me. Do not run. Don't click off. Stay with me. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I can't do 100% commission. Well, your hairstylist is 100% commission. Your barber is 100% commission. Okay. Your mechanic is 100% commission. Do y'all know how many? Your waitress is 100% commission because I'm not going to say that. They get paid off of, they get like a small hourly wage that is not like no $10 an hour or anything like that. They pretty much work off of their tips, you guys. So they're in this financial service industry. Well, not in the financial service industry, but as far as their pay, they solely depend on their tips. So yes, so in the insurance industry, you guys, is a lucrative business. It's all about how you work. How it's all about, the structure of the insurance industry. So I went on this interview. I already knew that it was 100% commission because I did my due diligence, and I actually researched the insurance industry. I researched the company. I said, okay. And so I'm like, am I going to take this? Am I really going to do this? I was scared. I was so scared. And I was like, well, if I don't do this now, then I will never do it. And I was like, I can always go back to corporate America again. I have the skill set I have the tools to always go back and work in corporate America. So let me just do it now. By this time, I had already purchased my first home in my 20s. So by this time I was like, I have nothing to lose. And I did not have a plan B because there was no plan B. I had to stick with it. So fast forward, I've been with this company for 7 years now. So if you want to be a life insurance agent, one thing that I will say is that there's different companies that you can be a part of. You have a company that's what is called captive insurance company. And then you have like a broker, right? So what is the difference? So if you are looking to get into the insurance industry, if you work with the captive company, I think I froze up. Okay, there we go. So I work with the captive company. typically with a captive company, when you work for a captive company, they provide you with their own leads. So the pros as far as being with the captive company is that you don't have a high percentage of the risk. What I mean by that is that you don't have to invest in your own leads. What I mean by that is, okay, they already have the software, they have the materials, they have the scripts um, to help you navigate through your presentation. And so it's less of a risk with the captive company, right? However, the percentage when it comes to your commission may be lower. Well, the percentage is lower as opposed to like working with a broker, where you are, when you're with a broker, they give you a higher percentage. And also, you have access to several insurance companies. So you may have access to 6 or 7 different insurance companies. So for an example, if you're meeting with a client and all you have to do is get their information and they type that in, they're able to see exactly which insurance company is more likely to insure you. And they'll be able to provide you with the best premium amount, as opposed to captive. Is the captive, with the captive company, you already have everything is already calculated in their software. You just enter your date of birth, you enter the sex, if you're male or female, and then and if you was born male or female too, and if you are a smoker or non-smoker, and then of course they factor in a premium that way. And of course, it's all about your coverage amount. So I just wanted to go over the two with you. So yes, so I will say that being in the financial services industry, you can make a lot of money. You really can. It's all about what you put into the business. So you're solely depending on yourself. So if you know it, and it could be, I will say this, was it an easy transition? No, because when we're working a 9 to 5, we're automatically programmed to be on somebody else's time. So you're programmed to come in and clock in at this time, you clock out at this time, during this time frame. When you transition to working for yourself, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to really be spending more hours building your deal. You're going to, because that's your baby. So when you become, whether or not you want to be in the financial service industry, or let's just say you want to start your own business, I'm telling you right now, you guys, that you are going to be the cashier. You're going to be the bagger. You're going to be the manager. You're going to be the supervisor. You're going to open the store. You're going to close the store. You are the janitor. you do the schedule, everything. You are a one woman, one man store. In the beginning, you will be doing everything, and then you'll be able to, as you start gaining more clientele and you see a profit, that's when you'll be able to delegate those duties to others so they can help you. And so tomorrow I'm actually going to go over exactly, okay, so how can, like when you're first starting off in life insurance, what should I actually focus on? Well, you know what? Well, let me see what time it is, because I don't want to be here. All right. So I want to be on here at least 30 minutes. So I do have time. So I would say this. When you first start off, you want to focus on learning the products. Number 1, focus on learning the products. Okay. Backstory. No, like before all that, you guys, y'all need to get a license. You need to get a license. Like nobody can just nobody can just say, go to an insurance company and say, hey, I want to be a life insurance agent. Okay, where do I sign up? No, it doesn't work like that. You have to get a license first. So I am licensed in the state of Georgia, South Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Texas, and Ohio. Ohio is so random. I know why I got that license. Ohio, it was actually, that license is cheap. I'm not going to even lie to you, but I understand why I got that license. But no, so you need to get your license first. Okay, well, some of y'all might say, well, Nick, how can I get my license? Well, you can get your license. You first have to study. You have to take an exam. Every state, with every state, you have to study and you have to take a course to first of all get your hours, pass the pre license exam, and then you have to take a course to help you prepare to pass the test. I'll just say that. And you have to get that certificate, right? I actually have all this information in my ebook as well. But for those that are serious about being a life insurance agent, I'll actually make sure I link that below. But even if you don't want to get it, that's fine. I'm still going to give you as much information as possible. So you do have insurance companies called, dang, I forgot. And whenever I used to hire my agents, I used to always go to this company. It started with an X, you guys. I'm searching it up right. I'm looking it up right now because my mind just went blank. And it's virtual. Okay, let me look it up here. Because I can't. Oh, Excel Solutions. Excel Solutions, y'all. Excel Solutions. XCEL Solutions. So that is my go-to. So currently right now, I'm not in management with my company. And that's going to be another story time for another day. I will be, I'm actually moving in September. So once I move in September, I'm going to hop back into management. But right now, I'm not. So, but Excel Solutions. And let me actually share my screen so I'm going to share my screen here, you guys. All right, so let's share my screen. Share screen. Okay. All right, so hopefully y'all are able to see the screen here. And all right, perfect. Okay. So let's go back here. So y'all are able to see my screen. All right. So this is Excel's solutions, Excel training. All right. So pass and stay licensed. So let's just say you want to be, even if you don't want to be in the life insurance industry, but you want to be in the insurance industry, whether you're getting you want to be a claims adjuster. Let's just say you want to be, you want to get your license in property and casualty. You will be able to do that here. And so this is Excel Solutions. So whenever I hire individuals, we always use Excel Solutions to help them prepare to take the test in whatever state they want to. Now, I will say this is only for those of you that live in the state of Georgia. Georgia allows a temporary license and it's valid for 18 months. After 18 months, after that, your first is it 18 months or 15 months? I'm sorry, 15 months. Georgia allows a temporary license and is valid for 15 months. Once your 15th month expires, that's when you have to study and you have to obtain your permanent license. Okay. And so there are other states. I think there's 4 states here in the United States that allows a temporary license. What does a temporary license mean? That means that all you have to do is pass the background check and you just pay for your temporary license. So when I first started in the insurance industry, let me give you all a plug. When I first started in the insurance industry, guess what I did? I actually, because I worked with the captive company, I was able to become a life insurance agent and obtain my temporary license. Once that expired at 15 months, that's when, of course, you have to take your permanent license. So I will say this. I started with the company in 2018. I started in April of 2018. In April of 2018, February of 2019, I was promoted to supervisor. So I was actually promoted. So in January of 2019, I was promoted. And so my license was going to expire because that 15-month period was coming up, right? And so you guys, I waited to, I'll be honest with you. I was studying and I failed the first time. The first time I took the exam, I failed. And I scheduled that appointment early, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I scheduled it in somewhere in Decatur. And it was early in the morning. I was up studying. I was tired. I sat right underneath a vent. Cold air puts me to sleep. I don't know about anybody else, but cold air puts me to sleep. It does not keep me up. I go to sleep night. So I was falling asleep while I was taking the test. I didn't even finish it. So I knew I failed. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was $60 to register, right? If I'm not mistaken, $60. So guess what? When you fail, you have to register again and you have to pay again. So the second time, literally, you guys, I took the test the same day my temporary license expired. The same day my temporary license expired is when I was able to, because you have to wait 2 weeks. Like back then, you had to wait 2 weeks. So I went to Marietta. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And thank you guys. So when you're taking the test, there is first of all, when you fail the test, they give you a printout. And the printout is going to show you exactly how, what areas do you need to study. So when I got a printout, I already knew what areas I needed to study. So the second time around, the guy was just looking at me. And I was like, okay, I finished. And then they printed it out. He printed it out. And he handed it to me. He folded the paper up, you guys. Hold on. Let me do like how he did. I was like, oh, the suspense on getting, like when you take your test, the suspense is crazy. Y'all remember. So he folded the paper like this. And he said, how you think you did? I said, I don't know. I'm nervous. And he said, okay. And he handed me the paper. I did not open the paper until I got in the car. I just walked to the car with the paper like this. And I was looking, and I was like, because I know when you fail the test, they're going to show you exactly what areas you need to focus on. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, I don't see any bars. I was like, I don't see any bars. I don't see anything. And so I open it up. Because when you pass the test, it's just going to say pass. That's it. So when you take your test, and especially, I can only speak for when you take your health and life and health license. When you get your life, it's been a long time, y'all. When you get your life and health license, and it's going to say, when you get the test results back, it's going to say pass. That's it. They're not going to tell you exactly what areas you did, poorly on. No, it's just going to say pass. And so I remember I called my manager at the time. I said, and I was playing. I was like, I texted my manager at the time, and I was like, dang, I failed again. And he was like, no. And so then I called. I was like, sorry, got passed. And so my manager was like, no, you can't do that, because we was going to have to we was, first of all, I was a supervising agent at that point. So here's the thing, you guys. I came in April of 2018. I was able to get promoted to supervisor in February 2019. By then, I was training other agents. I had a team. I was building my team. And so when you're not licensed and you still have a team, now they was going to have to move my team to somebody else because I did not have my license. My license expired. So they was like, don't play with us like that. We was going to have to transfer everybody to somebody else. And I'm like, oh no. So yes, so I will say that. So that's what happened. So that's how you get your license. So let's talk about it. All right, so this is the website here. And now if you are hired, most insurance companies, they may have a discount code. So you may want to, depending on which insurance company you go with and you're contracted with, ask for a discount code. All right, so all you're going to do is select your state, select, find the right insurance course, the line of authority, education, and then that's that. So I just wanted to show y'all that Excel solutions, me personally, I use Excel solution. Did I use Excel solutions? Yes. I use Excel solutions to study, to study. Once you complete the course, it gives you a certification. A certificate, excuse me. They give you a certificate of completion. You need that certificate of completion in order to register to take the test. So you can't get past a certificate of completion for the pre-licensing exam. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me stop sharing so I can tell y'all something real quick. In the insurance industry, they're going to make their money. Whether you want to become a life insurance agent, whether you want to become a property and casualty agent, and whether you want to become a claims adjuster, whatever it is, you're going to have to take a course. You're going to have to complete it in order for you to take the exam. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. But yes, I did actually pass my exam on the second time. And so in the state of Georgia, every 2 years, you have to take a 40-hour ethics course. I think it's either 30 or 40 hours. Y'all, don't get me. All that stuff is in my ebook. I can't even remember what I put in the ebook, but it's either 30 or 40 hours. And so you have to take a ethics course. And once you do that, then all you have to do is pay for your license. So we do not have to take the license again. Now, some of y'all may say, well, Nick, can I get my license in other states? Absolutely, you can. So once you are, whatever state you are a permanent resident in, so once you obtain your license in that state, that's when you can pay to get what is called a non-residential license, non-residence license in other states as well. So that's the backstory of how to get your life insurance license and then how to obtain license in other states. However, once you get your license, that's when you need to study the products, you guys. So you have to become a student and you have to learn your products, learn exactly the products that your life insurance company sells. There are like so many different type of life insurance products, but every company is not created equally. And what I mean by that is like the company that I work for, that I'm contracted with, we don't deal with universal life insurance. So we don't even sell, they used to have that policy, they used to have that product back in the day. But, you know, as the company evolved, they realized that there really wasn't, you know, once people start getting older, it was actually hurting more. They realized that it wasn't beneficial. It wasn't beneficial for their clients. So they stopped selling that product all in general. But you could work with a broker, because remember, I'm with the captive company. So you can be with the broker, and then one of the insurance companies that you can be contracted with actually may have universal life insurance. Now, When it comes to different type of life insurance, you want to educate yourself and you have to be mindful. You just don't want to sell just to sell to make a commission. You want to do what's in the best interest of your client. So let's get to the money, because I know y'all probably like, well, Nick, how can I make money in selling life insurance? Y'all, depending on your contract, people making bank in life insurance. Let's just say you write, for an example, let's just say you write, you're meeting a young couple and all they can do, you meeting somebody that's young and all they can do at that point in time is, they're young. So it's a 25-year-old. And let's just say that 25-year-old is like, I can do $10 a week. So that's $40 a month, right? Let's be honest. No, 25-year-old, no. My rule of thumb is if you're a life insurance agent now, or if you want to become a life insurance agent, my rule of thumb is if you are meeting somebody that's young and that's 25 years of age, my rule of thumb is not writing a policy more than $5 of their age. So if they're 25, I'm not writing them more than $30 of premium. However, that's only in the event, let's just say they are, depending on, I'm gonna be honest with you, depending on their career and what they're doing and their mentality. If they understand the importance of life insurance and if they're making good money and they're responsible, then yeah, they're going to want more. They're going to want to pay more in general. So I kind of feel them out, but in today's world, man, they're not spending that much money. They don't, 25-year-olds. So not knocking anybody that's 25. I don't want to say that, but I'm just saying in general, we just have to common sense, right? So you write a $25 policy. So this is how you calculate. Typically in the life insurance industry, this is how your money is calculated. Even with the basic $25 policy. Multiply that times 12, that gives you the annual premium. So that means that person is paying $300 a year. So depending on the company that you're with, there are certain companies where their percentage is different. I'm just going to say, let's just throw 50%. Some people may start higher, some people lower. It really depends. But 50%. So if you take 50% of 300, what's that, y'all? That's $150. That's your commission. $150. Now, again, it depends on the company how much they want to pay you in advance. So that's what you will have to ask those questions. So if you are someone that is getting interviewed by a manager with a life insurance company, ask that question. Find out exactly up front, hey, if I write a policy, can you please break down exactly how much would my commission be for writing a policy? And you can ask them, okay, so what is the starting commission percentage? And then does your company pay, will I receive that full amount? And can, as I progress within a company, will that increase? Or is that a set commission and then your company is going to pay me a certain percentage for advance? You want to ask that question. So I will end that live on that question alone for those who wants to become a life insurance agent. But you just saw me do the math for even a $25 policy, your commission would be $300. I'm sorry, your commission will be $150. Assuming that you're starting on a 50% commission. Someone, again, if you want to become a life insurance agent and you write a small policy that's $25 a month, your commission off that one policy can be $150. So all you have to do, let's just say you write 4 policies in a day. You made $600 in a day. And I've made more than that. You guys, my biggest policy that I wrote for a couple actually was $350 a month for the whole family. husband, wife, and they have 4 kids. That was $350 a month. So if you multiply that times 12, now I will say this, my commission percentage is more than 50%, but I'm just going to stick with 50%. So you go back and you do the calculations that, I just did. So a $350 policy annually is what? That's $4,200. Okay. So even if you are on a 50% commission, your commission off that policy is $2,000. I made more than that. However, if you're starting off if you're a new agent starting off on a 50% commission, writing a $350 policy, you will make $2,000. That's in a day. Now, is it like that every day? Heck no. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But here's the thing, you guys, there are people that's actually doing that in a day. I'm not going to lie to you. That's independent, that's actually writing their own policy, that's not into management. When you talk about management, that's a whole nother video. But solely if you are an independent agent, can you make $2,000 in a day? Absolutely, because I have. Can you make $5,000 in a week? Absolutely, I have. I've actually made more than that. I've actually made $10,000 in a week before. I absolutely have. And I can do it again. Now, is that every day? No, that's not every day, you guys. It can be if you're consistent. And so tomorrow I'll just go into more details. But if y'all have any questions, go ahead and comment below. Make sure you like and share. This is just a free way to support the channel. I want to grow this channel. And so I do have, I want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, you guys, by April 1st. So again, like, subscribe, and share my video as well. So you can, and then also comment below. So let me know if you have any questions about insurance in general. You don't have to, let's just say you're already an agent and you just got your license and you don't know the next step. Then by all means, go ahead and comment below, email me, or I do have it where if you want to just schedule a 5-minute call with me, you can do that, and that's free. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just all about trying to help so many people understand fully that you can actually make money in whatever you want to do. It's just up to you at the end of the day, and it's up to your mindset. You have to see the glass half full, not half empty. So whatever you're going through in life, just understand that it's temporary, you guys. It is temporary. But if you're in a dark space right now, you have to really dig deep and you have to find a way to get out of that. So if you're coming across my video, just understand that it was meant for you to see my video. If you've made it all the way this long to this message, just know that it was meant for you to watch all the way to the end, because I'm here to motivate. I'm here to help guide you. I have been through so much in my career, and I just want to help those not make the same mistakes that I did. Okay. So I've always been that type of person. I've always been a person where I'm just going to tell you the real deal, Holyfield, instead of sugarcoating, because there's so many people out here that's going to be like, oh, this can happen and this can happen. It's going to be ups and downs, you guys. This is a business and it is not for the weak. I will tell you that the financial service industry is not for the weak. You have to be strong, but mentally, your mind have to be there. So if you're struggling mentally, and then comment below or email. If you don't want to comment, just email me directly and let's talk about it. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up. But again, my name is Nikki. I love helping secure life solutions. I can be your life insurance bestie. And for anybody that actually needs life insurance, everybody needs life insurance. Okay. Everybody needs life insurance. Let's just say you already have life insurance, but you never had a policy review. Click on the link below because you can schedule a consultation with me. That is absolutely free as well. Also, if you are a life insurance agent and you need guidance, you can schedule a call with me too. That's absolutely at no cost. Again, I am just now coming on YouTube, so I can just provide as much knowledge as I can. But if you go to my Instagram, which is nolimit.nikki, so that's NOLIMIT.NIKKI, you can go on there, make sure you follow me. But scroll all the way down. You can scroll all the way down. All of my information is on that channel, it's on that media outlet, because you're going to see my journey. So you'll be able to see everything, scroll all the way down from the beginning, and you'll be able to see my accolades, things of that nature on Instagram. I do have a TikTok, and so my TikTok is No Limit Nikki. On TikTok, I am on Skype. What is it? Blue Skybird, Bluebird, y'all. I'm trying to get all this new stuff together. So, but yes, like, share, subscribe, and comment. And remember, there is no limit to your success. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Later, squad.